What are you about to learn here today? Well, I'm squeezing 15 years of logo design knowledge into 10 minutes, and most of this knowledge has never been talked about on this channel before. There are many aspects to the logo design process, but there's one part of the process many designers overlook, and actually, it's one of the most important. Before you design anything, decide where your logo should live in the landscape your audience already knows. So grab a sheet of paper or a document and make a simple grid. Left, typographic. Right, symbolic. Bottom left, classic. And bottom right, experimental. These are just 4 examples though. Now plot the real brands related to your client's niche. These could be the competitors of your client. So in the financial sector, as an example, Visa would sit in classic typographic. MasterCard is classic symbolic. Revolut leans experimental typographic. And Monzo or Cash App would land in symbolic combo. And then perhaps in private banking, Morgan Stanley and Charles & Schwab are classic typographic. Once you see the cluster, make a conscious call in how to position your concepts for your client's niche. If you're launching a private wealth brand for retirees, blending near classic typographic signals stability and trust. If you're designing for a new consumer wallet for Gen Z, bending towards symbolic combo helps you pop in app stores and small icons. Make this decision before sketching and designing so you actually don't venture off in the wrong direction from the get-go. And this decision should be based on research and the brief. Here's something very few designers will tell you. The nicest wordmark or any logo can actually die in legal issues. Many desktop font licenses let you create static graphics, including logos, so long as you don't distribute the font files. Open source OFL families like Inter actually allow logo use. Others are tighter or need specific logo trademark add-on, especially if you plan heavy glyph edits or trademark registration. The common example is Apple San Francisco typeface. It's meant for Apple platform UI mockups and related marketing, not your general brand logo design. But my rule of thumb is this: if you're building a wordmark from a commercial typeface, something like Gotham or GT America, read the EULA. Email the foundry if you are modifying shapes, deliver the logo as outline vectors, and archive the license, the receipts, and any permissions. This isn't legal advice, of course, but I do suggest doing your own research into this subject. Before laying down a single vector path, write one punchy sentence that defines success for your logo project. For example, it might be something like recognizable in under half a second at 16 to 24 pixels, legible on a shop front from 20 meters away, and clearly distinct from competitor A and B. Now under that, keep a short kill list, so no micro details under 24 pixels, no gradient dependent reading, no symbolism chaos. And also a must survive list, so one color lockup, a reverse knockout embroidery vinyl pass, and a favicon app icon clarity. And then also add 3 brand verbs, so assure, spark, and guide. And this is to steer the logo concept in the right direction. So for example, if the brand is app first, you bias towards a memorable monogram silhouette at any size. But if it's retail signage, your bias will be spacing and X height for distance reading. And if the name is long, you plan a stacked to short mark early on. And so when the feedback does arrive to you, ask yourself this: does this feedback improve the legibility and the recognition of the logo in the relevant context? If not, it's completely chucked out. A mini example is if your goal says distinct in app grids, a single bold S monogram with generous weight will beat a clever yet convoluted and busy symbol. And that's because the former passes the 16 pixel recall test and the latter dies when it comes to being used in the app environment. Now here's something I've always been adamant on: kill the golden ratio hype. It won't make your logo mark deep, it just makes things a bit pretty when it comes to maths. Now look at the Nike swoosh. People can overlay all the spirals they want, but it wins because it's iconic, it's memorable, and it's a great use of shape psychology. Speed, motion, instant read at any size or scale. It wasn't born from a 1.618 grid. It was finely tuned by eye to serve a specific audience and a use case. That should be your strategy as a logo designer. Start with a brief and a target audience and make design decisions tailored to them. And hey, the golden ratio is really a loose system anyway. Take a look at the Apple logo. Multiple dissections show the curves don't line up with the golden rectangles or the circles, yet some people still insist it's actually Fibonacci based. So don't pigeonhole yourself into this very small, narrow creative space that is home to the golden ratio myth. It's like looking at the world through a tiny, tiny pinhole. When it comes to presenting or showing your designs to a client, here's something you really need to keep in mind. Don't simply drop a raw Figma link into an email for your client and think, yeah, I'm done there. These days, a simple 2 to 3 minute video breakdown, perhaps on Loom, really goes a long way to giving context and persuasion on your logo design concepts. Use that video to lead a simple arc, problem, principles, proof. You can show the logo where it actually lives, so on an app grid, packaging, on a sign, and so on. In the video presentation, you want to let them feel it actually working in the real world. And if you are showing different concept options, show 2 or 3 you're most confident in. You want to be swapping what do you like to the client for which best solves the problem for our users in this context. This mini 2 to 3 minute video will actually go leaps and bounds towards bringing a client around to your design choices if done correctly. And of course, you don't need to record your face on camera like I am today. A voiceover would be fine for this kind of thing. As a logo designer, you need to learn to protect the work and your calendar. So on any project, set 2 or 1 round of revisions in your scope and stipulate that in the contract. The client needs to know that decisions are due within a set number of days or the project pauses. And when feedback drifts, steer everyone back to the 1-sentence problem and also the things you agreed on in the contract. Boundaries make clients feel looked after because the process stays coherent and the results stay strong, and they protect you and your time. This is really something you need to drill into your mind and make a staple in any logo design project. Color and typography choices should always be driven by research, not trends. A logo must reflect the brand's identity, the audience, and the purpose, not just what's currently popular. The right color palette comes from understanding the brand's message and target audience. A luxury brand aiming for exclusivity might use deep, rich tones, while a tech company focused on innovation might need vibrant, high-energy palettes. And so to make informed choices, ask, what emotions should the brand evoke? How will the logo appear in different environments, print, digital, dark mode, light mode, so on? Is color essential for recognition here, or does the logo still work in black and white? Testing a logo in both grayscale and inverted colors can reveal whether it relies too much on color rather than a strong shape and form. The right typeface reinforces the brand's personality and should align with the audience's expectations. A tech startup may benefit from a clean, geometric sans serif that feels innovative, while a heritage brand might need a classic serif that conveys tradition and trust. Does the typeface match the brand's voice? So that voice could be formal, might be friendly, might be bold, could be refined. Is it legible across all sizes, from a website header to a tiny app icon? Does it remain strong even when adjusted for weight and spacing? A well-chosen typeface and color scheme ensures the logo communicates clearly and remains functional across all mediums, and this reinforces the core research and strategy behind the brand. But if you didn't get your fill of graphic design content with today's video, just click a different video on screen right now. But until next time guys, design your future today. Peace.